Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Well, this game first came out on the Nintendo DS a little while ago. It was then released in an HD format on 360 and PS3, and is now here on PC as well. This is published by Ubisoft and is developed by Capybara Games. Now, you heard the word Ubisoft, and now you're going, oh no, the DRM! No, there's actually no DRM on this. You don't really have to worry about it. It's just available on Steam the usual way. Steam in itself is DRM, but probably not as mean and unreasonable as everything else. So the game features 5 factions and is a prequel to Heroes 5. So you've got the various factions available here and a various hero to lead them, and in the story each of these heroes is actually involved in Heroes 5 as well, so these guys pop up and they're in their much younger forms. So the story is tied together with the whole hero saga if you tend to follow that sort of thing. Personally, I do not. I never really cared for Heroes of Might and Magic story. I haven't given a damn up until Heroes 6, where they've really started presenting it quite nicely. Anyway, so let's look at the options menu before we start. There's really not an awful lot there, really, because you can run this on pretty much anything. It's very much sprite-based graphics. It's not really what I'd call taxing. You got your how to play information right here, as if you actually needed it. There's also a 2-on-2 mode, as you can very clearly see there. That's online only. That's the only thing that might confuse you if you've played the single player and then go into the multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, there's online and 1 versus 1 hot seat. The online could be 1v1 or 2v2. And there's also a quick battle mode, and I will be showing you that a little bit later in the video. I'm going to show you a little bit of the campaign first, and then I'll show you a quick battle, because that allows you to see some of the more advanced units and features and things like that. So, let's kick it off, shall we? And I'll try and explain how this works. Now, sadly, the first campaign you have to play is the most boring, i.e. the sissy little wood elves. So we're going to play them, and then perhaps we can go on to something a little bit more interesting. So, you have a hero, needless to say. It's a Heroes of Might and Magic game, even if it is something of a spin-off, so you have a hero. So let's go and have a look and see what she's got available. So each hero has a different kind of spell. In this case, you get Arrow Storm, which fires, well, arrows. Once again, also one of the most boring spells in the game. And you've also got Sylvan Walls, which is the ability of the walls that you can construct in each one of the factions as a different kind of wall. Alright, units. Here we go. This is what I have available. Hunters, Pixies, Bears. Oh yes, frickin' bears. And deer as well. Now, the deer are a more advanced unit type, if you can actually believe that. Yes, a deer is apparently more dangerous than a bear. I think they've been watching that video with the cyclists a little bit too much. But we've also got some locked units right here, some elite units and some champion units and things like that. Alright, so I want to go and try and explain how this actually works in terms of the battle system. When it comes to exploring, it's, well, there's not an awful lot of exploring involved in it. It's kind of Puzzle Quest 2 style, where you just click on these little spots on the ground and they allow you to move to various different places. Now, if we head through there, I believe, well, there is a story element of some description around here, but I think we're going to have to go talk to this guy first before I can show you anything else. There's not a lot of role-playing in this, and there really aren't a lot of things like stats manipulation and gearing out your hero. You can only use one artifact at any time. Right. Well, no, you don't, because I would like something to actually happen. I think we need to go north. Let's go and do that. Ah, a mysterious person with a quest. Bounties. Alright. Now, there is a little bit of voice acting in some of the cutscenes. There's some nicely animated cutscenes, but most of this is just typed. Yes. There we go. Oh, it's him. Okay, right, not a problem then. I guess we'll go and deal with him. And this will allow me to show you the battle system, which is the main meat of the game. Alright, here we go. No. I'm going to murder you horribly. Let's go. Battle time. A lot of the music in this game is taken from the Heroes games. You will definitely recognize it. It has been remixed to some degree. Alright, so this is what I've got in my battle. I've got these units available to me, and he's got those units. Now, I have a significant advantage here in that my units have been leveled up, so they're a bit tougher than his. Okay, let's get it started. So, explanation of the battle system is going to be required here, because you guys are just turning around and saying, what the balls is this? This doesn't look like Heroes at all. And you're right, it doesn't. It's absolutely nothing like the Heroes battle system whatsoever. Although you'll notice that a lot of the units involved in this do have some pretty similar characteristics to the ones that are in Heroes of Might and Magic. However, they have been adapted. Alright, So what I've got here is I've got these colored units. When you stack up 3 of them, like that, of the same color, they will merge into a formation and they will begin to charge up and attack. So for instance, those bears right there will attack in 2 turns, and they're going to hit everything in a line. So these guys are probably going to get wiped out, and anything that's left with the bear formation when it hits this green line right here is going to do damage to me. So I've got to try and protect against that as much as possible while also launching attacks of my own. Now I can move units from the bottom of a stack, and I can also remove a unit from a stack, which, if it causes 3 to join together, will create a link. And I don't think it's actually called a link, it's called something else. There's some terminology there, but all you need to know is that it's going to create a formation, and it's also going to give you a move back. I've only got 3 moves this turn before it flicks over back to him. So let's have a look at our formation and see what can be made. It's actually a really bad start for us, because I can't simply remove anything to create an easy formation. That deer, for instance, is in completely the wrong place. We do have a yellow one right there. We could probably form something here eventually. So I'll start setting that one up. We could create a wall here. I would prefer a wall there, honestly, but having one there is not too shabby either. So there you go. You see there, I've removed a unit. I got a move back for doing that, and I also created a wall. Anything that hits that wall is, of course, going to be reduced in strength, or perhaps stopped entirely. Usually it's just reduced in strength. Alright. I do want to deploy this deer. If I want to deploy the deer and start it off on its attack run, then I've got to add another yellow unit to the bottom. The problem is I can't really do that. I can, however, if I were to move one of these bears out of the way. It's actually a really, really awkward setup that they've given me here. I'm going to plonk that bear down there for the moment. And then I can take one of them, and there we go. Now they will merge into the deer, and the deer's feathers appear to be rather ruffled. It's really hard to look aggressive as a deer, I tend to find. It's not a problem I personally have in life, but in this case you can see this deer is not exactly looking particularly dangerous, but it is. It's quite a nasty unit. Alright, I'm going to be attacked in 1 turn by these guys and these guys. Not so good. Now what I can do is I can create a linked formation between these bears and that deer. I think. Okay, I think I screwed that up. Never mind. Just ignore what I just said. I haven't quite got the hang of the battle system as of yet. Alright, I'm going to be attacked by those guys. How do I deal with them? It's nasty, nasty setup. We can get a bear out of the way. Start setting up a bear formation over here. And then we can create a pixie formation there. There we go. Now, idle units get mown down very, very easily by people that attack. Like that, for instance, just went right through me. If you have a formation, they will resist a lot more damage. In that case, though, my formation just got wiped out by that big champion unit they had over there. Well, it wasn't an elite unit, it's one of the 2. Alright. Okay, so my wall is building over here. Unfortunately, they're not attacking there. So this deer is going to attack in 1 turn and do pretty significant damage because no one is resisting it at this point. I'm going to be attacked here by bears. Very unpleasant. Now, I need to call in some reinforcements. You can do that by expending a move. And you can only have a limited number of units on the field at any given time. So that makes things a little bit awkward. I could set up a second deer over here. I'm not noticing anything that I can remove that's obvious, so there we go. Get him ready. Alright. That's one of my deers taken out. I'm not liking that. So, those bigger units, you actually have to buy those in-game. They have a finite amount that you must recharge by visiting certain areas in the game world. And of course, you do that by gathering resources. Alright, go evil deer. There we go. Deer can actually jump over walls. Now, the fact that he didn't defend against that meant he just lost instantly, because that thing does mega ridiculous damage. So there we go. Nice cleanup. There's the victory. There's some XP. So all of your units will also grow in experience, so they're going to gain some stats as well. Nice and easy. If you so desire, there you go. Control point, freaking advertisement there. If you so desire, you can form a army completely out of 1 unit. If you want to do that. If you want 3 sets of bears, you can take 3 sets of bears. It's perhaps not the optimal thing to do, but you can do it. If you feel that that's the best option. So say I could take that bear, put it there, put it there, put it there. There we go. We're going to do the next battle entirely with a bear army. There are some strategies, of course, that involve using more than one of the same unit type. Alright. Delicious. That's good, because I need to go and replace those deer. Now, the place to do that would be here. Let's buy some. Ah, you probably recognize that music in the background if you're a Heroes fan. There we go. I only have enough for 2 of those, but it'll do the job. If your deer actually die in the battle in any respect, you lose them. If they manage to make their way through and do damage, you don't. Alright. Very nice. We can go and grab those without too much of a problem. It looks like there's something to find in here. So, I think as you've clearly seen, pretty much everything in this game revolves around this battle system. Kind of puzzle questy style. There is no town management or anything like that, from what I can see. It's all about just fighting, fighting, fighting all the time. Who is that? Not exactly. I assume he's probably a bounty or something like that. Alright, let's go and attack this demon. He's a bit tough. My bears are probably not suitable for this, but I do have an elite unit, so that might give me what I need. Alright, let's have a fight, shall we? Let's see if we can beat the demons. So, these guys all have different characteristics. They all do different things. They have different attack speeds, they do different amounts of damage, they've got different special abilities. All of the 5 factions units are completely different, which I do like quite a lot. Of course, that does mean it involves a little bit of learning, for obvious reasons, because you don't know exactly what your opponent has in store for you until it hits you really hard in the face. Alright. Set up the deer to get started. That's a good starting formation, I feel. Let's see what he can make out of that. There's a couple of different things you can also do that do make it a little bit more tactical. For instance, there you'll see he's linked those together. I believe if you set up 2 units of the same color that are set to attack at the same time, then they become a linked formation, which means they do extra damage. So these guys are both going to attack 3 turns from now. However, a lot of these guys are going to be killed by my bears that will attack next turn, so it's not too shabby. Alright. I would like to set up that deer. A good way to do it would be to do that, which will force the deer to move to the back. Once those... I could, of course, just move the deer elsewhere and then start setting up there. What is the best thing to do at this point? I have 2 moves. Well, if I move that there, I can then knock that out. That gives me an extra move. And then I can not only have an extra formation, but I can move something else. So I think we move the deer here, and then we try and work on it next turn. Now, I'd say that this game does have some parallels to the way that Puzzle Quest's battle system works, because it's part strategic, part puzzle, although in the case of this game, it's more strategy than Puzzle Quest. Puzzle Quest does have a very random element to it. So this game doesn't have as much of that. It is certainly more strategic, I would say. The battle system, to me, is very enjoyable, but if you don't like the battle system, you're simply going to hate the game, because this is what this game is all about. Alright, let's see if we can finish this off. I think the problem is that Puzzle Quest, which no doubt a lot of you have played, if you've got any sense, because it's an amazing game, has lots going for it that is not just the battle system. Yes, the battle system is the core mechanic, but you've got all sorts of other things, like the idea that you can capture towns, and you can research new spells, and you can capture mounts to ride around on, and there's a lot of different variants to the battles. In this game, there don't seem to be as many of those, I have to say, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, let's plow through here. Those guys are going to do huge damage to me there, but I think the bears will be able to kill most of them. I'm not sure if my strategy was entirely appropriate, but bear with me. Alright. As you can see, by the time they reach that line, they've really not got a lot left. But that was... There we go, pure deer power being thrown at that demon, so most of his health is gone. You also notice that this bar is filling as we do more damage and take more damage. That's the spell meter. If you've got enough mana, then you can cast a spell which will do horrendous amounts of damage. Alright, let's see what we've got. What are we going to set up here? This line is really awkward because there's not a lot I can do with it. Okay. I could make a wall here. The problem is that's not going to work, because it's not going to line up otherwise. Well, I can make a formation there. Nice and easy. And what I could do is set something up for next turn. Just get rid of that bear. Alright, we're about to get hit. Here's hoping that I don't lose everything. Thankfully, bear's much stronger than imps. Alright, spell time. Great. We may just be able to finish him off here. We shall see. That's a lot of linked damage he's got set up there. Alright, go bears. Wow, that did nothing. Okay. Yep. Let's cast Arrow Storm. And we can then pick where we want to shoot it. If we shoot it here, all of this damage is going to go through, and that finishes him off. Nice and easy. Alright. That's a battle. Simple as that. Like I say, there are some advanced strategies like fusion and linking and getting good formations and things like that. And the use of walls does make things very, very interesting as far as I'm concerned. All of the leveling up is very much arbitrary. So it's just going to happen whether you like it or not. I can equip that. Bear in mind you can only equip one artifact at any given time, so... At least as far as I'm aware. There you go. You can carry up to 10 of them. Oh, there it is. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So let me show you a more advanced battle. Let's get this game saved when I come back to it. And then we can come to a conclusion on this particular title. Alright. Let's go quick battle. Artifacts. Huh. That's weird. It's not let me click it. Oh, whatever. Okay. Let's see who we go up against here. We're going up against somebody called Cyrus. These are the characters that I can currently pick. So, Wood Elf's kind of boring, as we've come to the conclusion on. So let's pick something that isn't a Wood Elf. Necromancer's always fun. Wizard's always fun. Demons are always fun. I think we maybe break out some demons. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Right, so here you get to see a rather larger selection of units available here. Most of these, I think all of these, in fact, are from the game in one form or another. Pit Fiends, Abyssal Lords. So we can pick one of these and one of these. What do we want? Let's find out. Fires 4 explosive blasts of hellfire that also damage any units surrounding the target. Or this one. All Nightmare formations will launch in unison regardless of the remaining charging time. I'm thinking we go Succubus. That seems more useful. And Abyssal Lord or a Pit Fiend. The Pit Fiend certainly seems to be a bit tougher. Absorbs some power from fallen enemy formations. Leaves behind the burning corpse of any defeated... That sounds much more fun. There we go. And then you've got Horned Demons. They take 3 turns to charge, but they do the most damage. You've got Imps doing splash damage, and you've got Hellhounds. Hellhounds are a bit quicker than the rest of it. Alright, that sounds good. Let's go. Let's give it a try. And I don't have any artifacts for some reason. It wouldn't let me select that, but hey, let's go with what we've got. And this guy is the Wizard faction. So you're going to be seeing Gremlins, you're going to be seeing Wizards, you're going to be seeing Titans, all that good stuff. Oh, that's nice. We've got a good starting setup right here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that. I'm then going to do that. And do that. And I think we'll also do that. There we go. We've got a link between these two. As you can see, they're going to do some extra damage. And I only have one turn. I wanted to start the Pit Fiend off. I think I actually kind of made an error there, but... Oh, no. Oh, well, we can do that as well. That's good. There we go. Another link. You need 4 behind the Pit Fiend to get it started. I mean, we can start off next turn. It's not really a huge deal, I guess. We can make one more link here, which will form this even bigger linked attack. You can also create another formation behind an existing formation, and that will do what's called a fusion. That'll fuse both of the formations together. They'll do extra damage, and of course that allows you to summon yet more units because it reduces the number of units on the field, so it takes away from your limit. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to take this doggy, put that there, form the doggy into a wall, which moves that one back, then flip that one around to activate the Pit Fiend. Much, much better. Right, there's no really good moves that I can make at this point, so I'm just going to summon more units. There we go. Now he's got a good amount of solid walls there. They're going to deflect a lot of the damage that's coming at him, but he doesn't have any useful formations going yet. He's playing very defensively. Okay, the Titan's going. That's not good. That is definitely worth trying to kill. I don't even think these two formations are going to be able to kill that. Titans are incredibly tough. Alright, what do we have? Do we have anything useful? Oh yes, we've got a succubus right there, but I can't activate it. It's in really the wrong position. Can't create a wall with these guys either because there's nothing here to make that work. As you can see, a lot of thought is involved in playing the game properly. I'm still sort of getting used to the battle system, really. I'm going to set up another formation there. I think we just try and double strengthen these walls a bit. There we go, they merge together. Form something a little bit more dangerous. In this case, a little bit more defensive. Alright. Let's see what he's up to. So he's now really working on some major formations. Unpleasant. I'm still trying to figure out a way of actually getting my succubus around to do anything. Alright, go imps. Right, so that's a decent amount of damage. We did hurt the Titan as well, but it's not down yet. Well, the first thing we need to do, if we're going to get that succubus going, is to get this imp the hell out of the way. Then we can summon. Hope that we get a good draw. Do we get a good draw? Can we make a formation there? Yes, we can. Good. And there's a link with the Pit Fiend because he is, of course, the same color. Same type is not relevant. And can we set up the succubus? No. No, we can't. Can we set up some more formations to hopefully try and weaken the Titan? Yes, you can. Once a big hero unit like that's been activated, they become incredibly tough. If they're idle, like, say, the one that's here, they can be killed quite easily. But if they're active, then you've got to throw a lot at them to bring them down. And if something like that hits you, you're going to lose most of your health. It's possible to get absolutely eviscerated by one of those. Alright, what do we have? What do we have? Let's think. Let's use our brains. Usually located the tops of our heads. Yeah, I think it's just a case of try and break that off there, move that there. And then, if I pop that, that's going to create a wall. That should give me an extra turn as well. So I can start working on that. There we go. Fantastic. Titan is 3 turns away from attacking, and it's going to hurt when he does, I can tell you that for a fact. I'm hoping I get enough magic up by that point, and I can maybe set up a portal, so that would cause him some real problems. Oh, he's got the second Titan active, and he's got tons of walls as well when this Pit Fiend actually hits. However, we should be able to at least do some damage to those walls. God, those are tough. Alright. Okay, activate the succubus. Do some AoE damage around that area. La la la, what are we doing? There aren't really all that many good moves at this point. I can start stacking up another formation there. Start stacking up one there, that's really all I can do. Alright, let's see this Pit Fiend do its work after he's formed some more formations. I'm kind of very concerned about the amount of damage he's about to throw at me. It's looking rather unpleasant. Alright. Go, go, Gadget Pit Fiend. Big damaging attack. Wow. Oh, yes. That's why those are dangerous, and that's one of the Titans cleaned out. It's not that one cleaned out, so I'm still going to take a ton of damage here, but it's better than nothing. Alright. Well, we can do a formation there. Now we can do a formation here. And that's about it. So, summon in a few more units. I like the animation quality in this game, and honestly, I do really, really like the graphics style as well. I was a bit worried it would be too anime, having a look at the cover, for instance, in a store. Not really. Not so much. That's going to explode, isn't it? Probably. It's really not particularly anime at all. It's very much Western. It's nice and colorful. It's got a lot of style to it. They've obviously put a lot of work into it. It's definitely not throwaway. So that pleases me. The overall design of the game is good. Alright. Apparently I can pick up the staff and put it somewhere else. Interesting. Put it back where it is for the time being. I think it's going to explode and just put a big gaping hole in my defenses. I'm probably just going to have to eat what this Titan throws at me. I can maybe create a formation here to slow it down. Trying to think of the best way to do this. There we go. So at least when it hits that, it's gonna be resisted somewhat. Alright, here comes the pain. Oh my. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so bad. Oh, my portal wasn't ready as well. It is now. I'll be very careful how I time this. Is that about to explode? Ouch. Yes, it was. Alright, I think we need to resummon units. I'm not going to use the portal this turn, because all these guys are going to attack in 2 turns, so there's no point using it now. Aha! Little pit fiend down. We can get a link here. Good. Link those together. What else do we have? Pit fiend's in the worst position possible. I'm thinking where I can move it that would be more tenable. Let's plonk it there for the minute. And I can start stacking up on it. I'm just going to hold on to that magic until next turn. And hopefully once he throws something really nasty at me from there, I can throw it right back at him. He's also having to spend movement points to get rid of the burning corpses of his guys. You know, that's a nice ability. I like that. That's effective. Go, Succubus. Pretty decent damage. And that's also eliminated that. That's good. So if we set... He's actually got barely anything coming at me now, so I'm half tempted just to save this. Problem is he's got a spell ready again, and yeah, I think I'm going to use it. Set up the demon portal over here. So if he attacks through this, horrible things will happen to him. Alright. So we need to get this pit fiend in the mix. Let's strengthen our wall here. Get another link there. I keep using this terminology, and it doesn't mean what I think it means. Formations are the names of those. Linking is something entirely different. Don't use this video as a tutorial video, folks. You shouldn't need it anyway. The tutorials in the game are more than adequate. Alright. Battles can drag on quite some time, I notice. Oh, no point in having this explosion. God damn it. This entire area is going to go pop. I'm hoping it doesn't hit... I don't think it'll hit the pit fiend, but I can't be certain. He's turtling. Look at him. How dare he. He's got a good link up there as well. That stuff's going to do a lot of damage if it gets through. Which it most likely will. I don't think that demon portal's going to stay long enough. Well, Hellhounds did precisely bugger all. I am not pleased. Alright, we're going to need to summon in more. Okay, any links? Any links? Nope, 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 and... nope. Sadly. What we can do is stack that one up there, that one up there. The main problem is that that staff is going to now blow up everything around it, including, most likely, the pit fiend. Sadface.jpg. Not a fan. Oh, my... oh, at least they didn't kill a pit fiend. Knocked out the succubus, though. Alright. We're not licked yet. I'm getting the worst luck with draws here. Worst luck. Well, if we eliminate that, we can create an extra wall. The problem is it's not going to help because the attack's coming from that direction. Well, create an extra formation here just to toughen this area up a little bit. They're all going to hit me really hard right about now. The Pit Fiend should absorb most of that damage. Oh, that went through. The problem is the Pit Fiend's not going to do a lot of damage now. And he's going to activate the Titan as well, which is going to block everything off, unless I can knock the Titan out first, which doesn't look like I can. Alright, well, at least we found a bit of a hole in his defenses over there. These blocks of units are no good. Alright, we're going to have to get another summon in. Let's get some more reinforcements. These blocks of 4 units, useless. I've got no doubt that I'm going to end up missing a unit at some point, and someone's going to shout at me over YouTube about it. How did you miss it? I don't think I've missed anything obvious, but you never know. Alright, well, let's just start getting this guy ready. Can't think of anything else to do at this point. Oh my, the Titan's on its way. Oh, and a second Titan, how wonderful. Well, that makes things much easier. Alright, stack that up. Get that one activated, get that one to the front. That area is quite lightly defended. My Pit Fiend's almost ready to go. I have a feeling they're just going to annihilate each other. Also, how the hell does his Staff of Explodia recharge faster than my Demon Gate? My Demon Gates are nothing thus far. It's a Titan out of the way. Alright. Grab that. Can create... Can we wall that off? No, we can't. That's the wrong position for that. Let's take that out. Link those units together for some extra damage. Rejig everything. There we go, it's a little bit more defensive. Anything else we can then do? Yep, we can do a doggy formation. There we go, the infamous doggy formation has been formed. Alright, what now? What now? I feel like he has some kind of grand strategy under his belt. Or indeed, up his sleeve. Well, that sucked. Unfortunately, the Pit Fiend was way too damaged. This one's going to do tons of damage. I hope. We're still going to get hit by the Titan, and that's going to hurt like hell. Unless I can get another formation up to do damage to it, which I can. And that's a link with the Pit Fiend as well, so when they attack, lots of damage coming his way. Another summon. Come on. He's hurt the Pit Fiend. That upsets me. There we go. Clean him out. Not too shabby. You can grab one and create an extra wall there. That's probably not a bad idea at all. There we go. That jigs things around just a little bit. I'd like to knock that down and create another formation, but I can't do it in time. Unfortunately. Can't take that one off there, though, and get ready for another one. There's not really a lot to say at this point. I've shown you pretty much what there is to show about the game, so I'm just going to keep playing this battle until it's finished. If you are looking for opinion, you've got it. You know about it now, you know what's going on, so... The game is available for $15 or £12 on Steam at this point. Alright. Get another summon in. Nice. That's good. That's also good. I like that. It's nice and easy ones. Could knock out both of those to get another formation there. I can't really get another wall up. Oh, I do have a succubus over there. I should probably work on that. At least activate that, so that's going to resist the attack coming from that direction. Pit Fiend's about ready to throw down. It's a nasty looking stack there. Let's see if the wall is big enough. Link damage should be good as well. Smack! There you go. There is the finisher. Nicely done. Alright, so conclusion on this title. It's fun for what it is, certainly. It's absolutely nothing like Heroes of Might and Magic, as you are obviously well aware at this point. Very much a sort of puzzle, tactical battle game. It's pretty original. I think that it does lack some variety, I've got to say. I don't really care about the story, so I don't know how much of the campaign mode I play. I think, you know, I dabble into the multiplayer every now and again. The battle system is really, really good, but the battle system is all there is to the game. So I think when it comes down to it, you've got to decide, is this battle system going to be enjoyable enough for me to continue to play through the game? Because there really isn't a lot else. Aside from the story, the occasional artifact, and a little bit of resource collecting. You know, there's no big building of towns and cities and things like that. It's just about the battle system. Is that enough for you? If it is, yeah, it might be worth picking up, because it is a very nice game for what it is. It's just, in my opinion, quite limited for what it is. Okay, folks, there you go. That's a look at Might and Magic Clash of Heroes, available on PC, DS, 360, and PS3. I'll see you next time.